Welcome back, everybody, to City Skylines episode 33. Alright, so today, we're gonna tackle one of the last things I want to fiddle with before we flood this whole place. We are going to mess around with airports. Before we plop down an airport and tinker around with it, let's take a look at the city. These high-rises are nice. I kind of wish, well, in the future, something to think about is trying to get the high-rises to be a bit more consistent. I think it's because I am using the European theme, and I think the only high-rises we're actually seeing are ones that I've downloaded from the workshop. It would probably be a more consistent-looking city if it had the default look, and I might just download that mod, which changes... you can change the theme by district. I might try that out and see what it looks like with the other building type, because this is the only city I've had of this size, so I don't even really know what it would look like to play with the normal, or the default style. Okay, let's take a look at our ever-expanding and filling dams. Slowly, ever so slowly filling up. These trees are still... I think I dammed this up in 2032, something like that. It's been 3 years filling up. So at that rate, it's going to take another 10 or 15 for this to fill up all the way. But we'll wait. That's all right. If I have to, I'll just fast forward in the end. This guy's been full for a long time. And this guy's going to take forever because he's being fed by this little trickle. And I suppose I could speed him up if I dammed this too. Like, all this water here would back up and might get diverted faster in this direction. That might be an idea. And it could backfire horribly, which might actually be funny. Like if the water levels get too high. So basically, we would want this water, all this height right here, we would want that to go up just slightly. So the dam would have to be... not up here at the max height, but just like maybe like right there. Could be fun. We might do that. And also, I've been kind of toying, like if we're going to bring about the apocalypse via flood, why not dam this one too and just drain all the water out of here and put some districts in the seabed? All right, so airports. I was looking around for places to put airports, and I think it's probably important for it to have highway access. And looking at the thing, it seems like it comes with the airstrip already attached. And I'm not sure if we'll be able to build additional ones. From what I remember, the first time you build a subway, all you have is metro station. This is a custom metro station I downloaded. But these things don't pop up until you have a metro station down, and I don't think this pops up until you have the bus depot down, so I'm wondering if we'll get something extra. So where we're going to put the airport is up here on this mesa, kind of hilltop-looking formation, and we're going to make use of this interchange we made a long time ago, which has been sitting mostly just doing nothing. Most traffic that comes through here just kind of basically does this. I could have just had this highway turn instead of spending all the time building that. We're finally going to make use of it. And after that, I might put another district here at the base of the dam. That could be fun. And then we could make use of this section of highway. It could go off there. And maybe it would do something like this, where it just does a big circle. And maybe we'd try this again and try to do it better. I've definitely learned a lot through the process of this city. You can tell, I think, just visually, I mean, this is my first district that I made for this city. It's pretty basic. Yeah, I made some swirly roads, but who cares? This one's more advanced. It has some traffic issues, but I think just visually it's much more interesting, and the roads do make more sense. This one's way more advanced. There's only a little bit of traffic and only 2 traffic lights in the whole thing. But I think this one, even if this one may be more optimized, I think it's less interesting than this one. So in the future, I want to go more towards this idea. Cool road ideas, cool road looks, cool city looks, with some optimization. I definitely want to have the coolness and the optimization merged together, a harmonious union. Okay, so we're going to put the airport up there, I stuck some roads here. Because I want to drop it down first and see kind of... I want to see if it adds anything else. No. Okay. We did not get anything else. So that's the whole thing. But we could definitely pretty it up. Oh, it's got no water or power. Let's pause the game. It's got no water or power. Let's take a look at the water real quick. Yeah, okay. That's pretty easy to fix. So real quick, we'll just zone a bit of this area. Give me the 90 degrees. There we go. And is this going to be slope to sleep? Nope, it is not. All right, and we'll just bring it all the way out to there. And kind of similar thing here. And where does this one... Ends right there. Will it let me? No, it won't let me do that. Okay. So I won't worry about that. So I think what we'll do, we will add some, like, parks and some parking garages and stuff like that. I built those roads there so that we could sort of lay out some things that we might want to use. And then we could take those into account when we're designing the roads that are going to be back here. And this whole hilltop is basically covered. That's about as much as we need to do. Okay, let's just let the water update. Make sure everything's connected. Good. Okay, and this is getting moved, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay, so we're definitely going to have that. And I thought there might be more to it, but we can add some pathways, pedestrian paths. And also, I want to add some parks around it. Some like parks with trees and stuff, but also some of these car park things. So I just want to lay them down here. Okay, so that one, and I'll lay them out in the order that they are in this menu. So these are the three that I have. I think I like this one because it's got the trees, and the randomly the randomly spaced out like disability parking. That is just kind of funny to me. you would put them all here close to where the people need to get out and walk, or whatever means they use to move around. They wouldn't be evenly distributed like that. Now I'm pretty sure I have a parking garage too. Let's see if I can find that. Hopefully when in the future City Skylines gets patched, it's easier to add thumbnails to these things, because I've made a few assets and put them up in the workshop. And you basically have to go into Photoshop and then find the menu, find the folder that it made your asset in, and drop the custom-built thumbnail in there. Like, there's no in-game way to make a thumbnail for your asset, which is a major detractor to it. I guess, did I not have parking garage? Maybe I didn't download them because they were reported as being buggy. Okay, so they're not in here. And we could also... I don't think we want playgrounds, though. Or was that like a picnic spot? This is a large playground. Yeah, we definitely don't want that. Plaza with trees, we don't want that. What is this one? No, I don't think so. Maybe we'll have one central... The one I was looking at is the Paradox Plaza. We already have one of these, but I think it might be cool to have one of these kind of like centrally located that people can walk through to get to the airport. So let's go ahead and let's move it. So maybe it would be close to it. I don't know. Something like that. And then we could have some parking lots and stuff. Okay, anything else? I think it's a lot of it. This one is also pretty nice. This sunken plaza here. We could also do... We could also go into the monument tab. Got a few funny things to add. Where is it? I wasn't thinking about the Gundam, but I guess we could have the Gundam Park off to the side. I think I'll save that for a different part of the town. What I was thinking of adding, though, is this guy, Statue of Talos. from Skyrim. Okay, let's get rid of that. That might be funny. The rest of these are, you know, skyscrapery stuff. Or we could have... Oh, the airport could have the Enterprise. What do we think? What's the ones that look right? I don't think this one looks right. The Enterprise... No. Not in this... No, I don't think so. Statue to Talos, we'll put that somewhere else as well. I think we'll just go with the classic look. Okay, so it's going to be kind of like that. Let's go ahead and build the road. And place it. Then we can... I'm pretty sure we'll be able to delete the road after that. Let's see if we can place it there. Move. Slope too steep. Oh, it's on the edge there. Okay, so it's gonna have to move that over. Okay, let's try this one. Move. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. We probably don't want it to be... we should put it absolutely right up against the cliff edge, as far as it'll go. I want these planes, like, if you're not going fast enough, and you're not, like, actively increasing your elevation when you take off, you're crashing right into this thing. And a lot of people are going to be unhappy with you. Okay, so we've got that. We got to figure out how the highway system is going to connect to it. I think we might just do, like, I'm not sure how heavy the traffic is going to be. I might just have it do a circle here. Let's get rid of this. And then we'll worry about that. Those don't look parallel at all. Another cool thing for, like, a future expansion or improvement to city skylines would be to have the highways able to be placed parallel to each other, like exactly parallel. That would be super nice. Let's get rid of this. My little staging grounds here. We don't need... I can put these down as we need them. Okay, so I think what I'll do... We'll have the highway a decent ways off. What if I can do it here? 3. 3. Okay. I guess we can try to make that work. So that'll be a little bit tighter. Grab the curve tool. And then maybe I'll back this one up. Maybe maybe the curve will look better if they start the curve at the exact same spot. That's probably something I've screwed up the first time. But this is kind of the tinkering you have to do to get these roads to look nice. Oops, let's go this way. There. Okay, that looks way, 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 way better. Oh, I'm so glad. I was beginning to get frustrated, like, should I just start this whole thing over and forget I ever did all this? There. Okay, so now we've got the highway coming in. Like this part, it's not quite exactly parallel all the way down, so it's kind of bugging me. But I think that's good enough. All right, so it comes in and it wraps around. And then we basically... We want a road to come straight in and kind of loop around. I think a one-way road would work really well here. Alright, so I decided to do some of that off camera because it was, to be honest, it was very tedious and I was having trouble figuring out exactly what I wanted to do in the moment. So here's the sort of finished basic system. The interstate highway guy comes up here and does a loop and goes back down. And I could have just had this, I could have had the highway come up here and basically lead directly into this guy going this way, because it is a big loop, and then have him just go on his merry way out the back. But I decided if I ever do anything over here or up here, for instance, it would be nice to keep this highway system separate from the airport system. So the airport does come in, and the highway splits like this, and then it goes around in one-way streets everywhere, and then it goes back under and back onto the highway to leave. And if people need to go back through here for whatever reason, there's a little exit ramp there for turning around. But it's all one way, and so there's no traffic lights. I've got police and fire and the airport itself. That's all that's been installed, and some power lines. Luckily, we were right next to the dam. So power was pretty easy to hook up, because this guy's already connected to our overall system. And let's see, all of that has water. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend some time doing, putting the parks in and the parking lots. And let's just put a few down. I think this is the one I liked. So we'll put these across the street, and I'm going to move them around. Yeah, that one. It would be cool if there was a way to, like, clone stamp things. So I'm going to have some of these. Let's just put, like, 6... and then connect them up with pedestrian passing. There's no crosswalk to get over to the highway, so we're going to need some footpaths so that they can get across the street. Otherwise, I don't think they could do anything. Oh, birds just are attracted to parks, so there's going to be seagulls around that for whatever reason. And then I think I also wanted to add the Paradox Plaza. I think was a cool-looking one to put here. And I think I'm gonna create like a central courtyardy place for this with trees around it. And this is probably a good spot to have commercial buildings. Maybe I don't really know. I can get rid of these. Oh, and it brings the trees back that they covered. And I'm gonna decorate everything up with some trees, and hopefully it'll start to look nice. And then we'll see what the overall effect is if it starts to get used. All right, I think I'm about done for today for this episode, and we'll just let it sit and develop and see what happens. Oh, we've already got commercial buildings moving in. Okay, maybe that was a good idea. Let's lay down just a few more of these paths so that they can connect over to this side. Why don't you want to do that? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's do something like this then. And then I want at least a 4x4 for the biggest size. Let's do that. Good. And then maybe we'll put a pathway kind of back there. Good. And I think that just adds just a nice amount of little bit of just extra detail to an area. Even if nobody uses them, it just sort of, it looks all right. It looks nice. Now, can I get rid of any of these power lines? Yep. I can already get rid of these. Good boy. Oh, careful. Careful. Don't want to be deleting the wrong things. Come on. That one. Okay, and in fact, I can get rid of these as well. Good. And I could even make that more direct, like that. And let's unplug everything for a moment. Let's let that adapt. And I could even have it be shorter if we went across there, but I think that's fine. That's fine. Okay, everything's back. Now we can put in a few more of these paths in the back here. And it would be nice if they could cross over somehow to get over to there. I did not really allow for that when I was designing this. I wasn't thinking about that. Now, how are they going to get from this side of the road over to the parking garages? I think it might make sense to have one come down the middle, but yeah, it's not really designed with that in mind, is it? Maybe if we got rid of this one and then had this one. That's the sound of an airplane. Okay, page down. Page down, buddy. How about now? Page down. Page down. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's get rid of that. You don't want to do that, huh? Okay, what about that? Okay, that looks okay. Good. Now they can get over there, and that's probably just going to have to do. People on this side of the road are already on the same side as the airports. We'll just do something like that. And we'll leave that 4x4 there. I think that's the biggest one that you can get. If I do something like this, yeah, it's going to make like a bridge. But I think if something builds here, I think it's going to elevate that ground. It's going to pop it up, kind of like what that one did. So we'll just let that sit for a while. And let's add like one more cross street, or just pedestrian pathway from the back to the front. That's good. I think I'm going to use these flowers for all my highway interchange roundabout things, just because it looks really nice and colorful. I like the bit of color, particularly when you're looking at the city from a distance. And I've been losing people for a while. I was up to 72,000, and we're down to 62,000. I'm wondering if suck is affecting my overall population. Look at all these abandoned buildings. We've got businesses that need to be staffed, but nobody wants to work there because it sucks. Yeah, suck might be the downfall of the whole thing. But we'll try to make the best of it. Oh, here comes an airplane! Pause. Can I click on it? Landing? Can I follow it? Probably. Will it stop in time? Oh, there's one coming in right behind you. You better get off of that runway. Wow, who's the flight controller in this place? He needs a raise. Oh my gosh. Surely there should have been some damage there to that airplane. Okay, so are there any... We do have some pedestrians in our plazas there. Good. Okay, this all looks nice. The parking lots are being used, and I haven't zoned any of this. I guess I kind of cut all of this off from being able to be zoned, didn't I? I might change that. If all of this gets filled in, I'll change that. And probably the only other thing that I would want to do would be to come in and put some trees. Where was the big one I was using? Was it this one? No, but we can go ahead and put this one here. Just kind of put some trees in these middle bits. That is not going to have any zoning. Just to give it a little bit of greenery and a little bit of definition around the edges as well. Okay, but this is all zoned, so I'm going to leave that out. Look at that business. Look at this thing. Wow. Can I get a good screenshot of that? Look at that. That's ridiculous. What even is that thing? Topless High Mall Skellingthorpes. What? Topless High Mall Skellingthorpes. All right. That's really weird. Oh my gosh. Well, whatever. All right, so I guess that's about it for this episode. We'll see you next time. I think next time we will fiddle with some trains, and we're probably going to be putting in another district in here, see if we can turn around our population problem. People want residential, so this will be like a residential area mostly, I guess. See you later. Bye-bye.